Hello everybody, Fainobject here. Welcome back to my second episode of my Minecraft Let's Play where we are still, unfortunately, starving. So to start this episode off, I wanted to talk about some work that I did off camera. If you guys remember my last episode, I had a problem with saplings. The first tree that I ever planted didn't drop enough saplings, it only dropped one. And then the tree that grew from that sapling didn't drop any saplings. So I was out of saplings, so in between episodes I went and chopped down some trees. I chopped down some oak and some birch. I also did some work on my chicken farm where I was hatching the eggs and I bred them up with seeds from our wheat farm. And right now you're going to see me expand our sugarcane farm. I just take what's grown and I plant it. And then speaking of the wheat farm, I also did some work on that. So there was some wheat ready to harvest. And so I harvested it and I decided to expand it because I had so many seeds. So I expanded it a little bit so that we're getting more wheat, which means we're getting wheat faster. So after I expanded this farm, I realized we actually had wheat. So instead of actually making bread with it, I decided I was gonna go and grab some animals for a food source, and I really wanted to do a cow farm because I like steak a lot better than I like sheep. But when I went out in search of food, which you're seeing right now, I found sheep instead. And I don't know what it is about this portion of my world, but I cannot find any animals anywhere. These sheep are the only animals that I could really see, so I lured them back to my base with the wheat, and I built them a pen, and I bred them up, and now we're just going to wait for them to build up a little bit more. all the resources that I gathered during that mining trip, all that cobble and all of these resources, plus those diamonds that I'm about to mine up. So because I have these diamonds, now we can create a diamond pickaxe, which I can use to mine out the obsidian that's right behind me, which means we can go to the nether and we can start enchanting already. But before anything else, I want some armor. I am bare and I need some protection because I almost died by silverfish again. So I'm going to grab some iron that I collected. I smelted it all up. And we're going to make some armor. I want to create this diamond pickaxe. So now that I have this pickaxe, we can mine that obsidian to go to the nether. The reason why I need to go to the nether is because I need quartz for my chicken farm, which is the project that I wanted to work on today. So I'm just going to actually work on grabbing some food because I don't have any. So I'm going to work on grabbing some apples so that we have some food to go to the nether. I don't want to spend too long in there because of the fact that we don't have much food. So hopefully our nether spawn is a pretty good spot. Alrighty, now I have some food. I didn't get a lot of apples from the trees, but I was working on the wheat farm as well, and we racked up enough seeds to breed up the chickens enough that I just killed some of my chickens. So now I have 13 cooked chicken, and that should be enough. Now that I have the food, maybe it's time to prepare. So I already got a few stacks of blocks, and I was just thinking, what if we spawn in the nether in a bastion or around a whole bunch of piglins? We're gonna need gold armor so that they don't attack us. So I'm gonna go ahead and smelt up a whole bunch of my gold as well. I only have like 25 pieces. So I'm gonna smelt that up and then we will go mine the obsidian. Okay, so now that we have this obsidian, we can finally build our nether portal and go to the nether. So I don't really know where to put this. I don't really like to put my nether portal. Oh my god, my computer sounds like it's getting ready to take off. I'm sorry if you can hear that. Anyway, I don't really like to put my nether portal near my base. I don't really like the sound of it, so I think for right now, just for now, I'm going to put it on this island because we can always move it later. So let's build it up and then we're going to go. Alright, so I just spent all this time thinking about what we needed to go to the nether. I got the obsidian, I got my little golden cap. I got food. I've got blocks. Guess the one thing that I didn't even think of getting. A flint and steel. That's right. Let me grab that. Alright. Let's go. Hopefully we spawn somewhere good. I don't want to get obliterated by gas right when I walk in. Oh. This is one of those basalt deltas. That's really cool. We're kind of enclosed, so I guess that's good. So let's see if we can find some quartz. I see some over there, but I don't want to pillar too much. I mean, I brought blocks for a reason, but let's see if we can find some nearby here. Okay, so I think I have enough quartz for what I need for now, so let's get back into the overworld before we fall off one of these pillars and die. Or not. Okay, there were a whole bunch of magma cubes by my portal, so we're gonna have to kill these before we go back through. Okay, and I'm right on the edge of nighttime, so we can go to sleep and then we can get started on our chicken farm. Okay, so for our chicken farm, I think I want to build it right in this area. I don't want to keep it where it is. I think I want to build it right here. That's kind of where I've been envisioning it. So I'm actually just going to clear out some more land right here, and then we will get started. Alright, so now it's actually time to get started on the chicken farm. So you'll see behind me I have dug a hole. Now this hole is 3 by 3 by 3, and that third layer is where we're going to put our hoppers, and then I dug another 4 blocks down. So what you're going to do is you're going to place your chest about here and place your hoppers like this, one hopper facing into them, and just make sure that all of your hoppers face into each other and they all face into that middle one. It doesn't really matter what way they're facing as long as they all filter into that middle one right there. So this is where all the chickens are going to hatch out. So your next step is to mine out this block right here. And this is where you're going to put your dispenser. So I put my dispenser here, and I waited out a night to get some string for the bow because I forgot that I actually needed a bow for that. So yeah, so above your dispenser, you're going to put another hopper like this. And that's where your chickens are going to sit and lay the eggs that are going to hatch into here. So I'm going to place a temporary block right here, and I'm going to place glass all around right here. It doesn't have to be glass, but I like the look of glass a lot better than I like the look of like cobblestone and stuff. So I just went and got some sand for glass, and that's why I got extra in case I broke one. So that's where our chickens are going to sit and lay their eggs that are going to hatch out. Now we need to create the mechanism that's going to make the eggs hatch out. So I'm actually going to dig out a small little area behind this dispenser, and I will show you the circuit I'm going to use. Alright, so as I was digging out this little area for the circuit, I noticed that there's a pillager party up there, or party patrol. What are they called? I've heard it both ways. I don't know. But I'm just gonna hope that they don't see me, hope that they don't come down here so that we can get this done. Rip. Okay, so for this circuit you're gonna need a comparator. That's why I needed to go to the nether for the quartz. And you're gonna place that comparator coming off the back of the dispenser. And then you're gonna place 2 blocks here, 1 and 1 there. So you're going to place a dust here and a dust here with a block here, a repeater here, and another redstone dust here. So now when we put blocks in here, it's going to create this clock, but you'll see that it's not dispensing them. That's because you also need a block to go right here, and then it should start dispensing them out. So to access that chest under there, you're going to want to dig down a little hole, and I dug down to a couple levels below where my chest is. If you want to see where your chest is, then you just look down your hole and you see right on the right hand side where it says targeted block, you'll see that looking at my chest, that's block -31, 64, 156. And that's how I knew how far to dig down and how far to dig this way. So now, theoretically, I could put eggs in there and they would start hatching into here, but I actually want to use the eggs and hatch them into this little area. So I'm just going to patch up that hole that I made, and I'm going to put blocks over this. So now I can hatch my eggs into here. I gathered 12 from over there, so let's hope we get at least 2 chickens out of here. So there's 1, there's 2, and I think that's all we're gonna get. See, that torch just breaks out right there. So let me go see if there's any more eggs in there and hatch them into here, and then we have to wait 20 minutes for these guys to grow up, and then we can just keep breeding them and breeding them and breeding them. And when they're adults, they will just lay their eggs and they will continuously get hatched into here. And all the eggs that they lay will end up in that chest, and anytime we kill the chickens in here, the chicken and the feathers will also end up in that chest. So, next episode, I think I'm going to show you how I do overflow protection for in here. That way all their eggs end up back into this dispenser. Alright, so I just brought the chickens from that pen over there, and I just brought them over here so that they can lay their eggs and it'll end up in that chest. So these were the eggs that were in there, so we're going to hatch them and see how many chickens we get. So now all we have to do is wait for those chickens to grow up. We can breed them, they will continue to lay their eggs, etc., etc. alright everyone, I think I'm going to leave this episode here. If you enjoyed, leave a like, make sure to subscribe, leave any feedback in the comments down below. I think next episode will be an exploration episode, because I haven't done any exploration of my world since we started. So I think next episode will be exploration. So I'll see you guys next episode. Bye!